Here's Sandy, chapter 32, entitled Sandy Unwell. That evening, something peculiar happened. Sandy didn't touch her food, and she only lapped disinterestedly at her water. This was unheard of. Simon told Amy's parents, and they were both concerned. Simon held her paw, but there was no strength to it. It was limp and sad, and Sandy's eyes had lost their sparkle. She looked very drowsy. We'll have to take her to the vet, Amy's mum said, looking concerned. It could be serious, she said sadly. Simon stroked Sandy softly, and the tears welled in his eyes. It had never occurred to him that Sandy could become ill. When they slowly and carefully walked her to the car, Simon couldn't help noticing that she had lost a lot of weight, and a shiver of fear ran through him. It was bad enough losing his dad, but this for him would be worse. He wasn't sure if he could continue without her. As the car veered through the rainy traffic, Amy held Simon's hand and he didn't feel embarrassed. The car was silent except for the heavy clattering of the rain on the roof. Simon felt he had left his innocence behind and reality was slapping him in the face. The world was a cruel, heartless place and he wasn't sure if he could cope with it, but what choice did he have? It was a surreal experience seeing Sandy carried into the vet's, and the clock ticked so slowly. It felt like it could stop at any time. Eventually, the doors opened and Amy's parents went inside. Simon prepared himself for bad news, and it didn't take long for it to come. It was the one word they didn't want to hear: cancer. To Simon, it felt like all the air had been sucked out of the room, and Amy wept as he put his arm around her. He felt tearful and angry. How could this be happening, he thought. He had been so happy the day before. Now it was as if the world had gone from colour to black and white. It was heartbreaking leaving Sandy behind, but they had to do it. There were more tests to be carried out, and all they could do was wait. Simon held Amy's hand all the way back, and he could feel his heart breaking, but he kept it to himself. He tried to knuckle down at school as all the teachers were talking about exams, and it was slowly dawning on Simon that he was well behind in the race.